Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your constant generosity. It really means a lot to me, so thank you so much. It always blows my mind, so thank you. And if you're actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, before we get started, we actually got some new freebies alongside the already occurring freebies in the anniversary. And if you guys remember, the official date of the anniversary is actually November 3rd or the 4th, depending on where you're from. But ShiftUp actually gave us some extra freebies. So on top of a free advanced recruit voucher multi, we got a code that's also going to be in the picture that you're seeing right now. And it's 2 years and counting. You get one multi for the recruit vouchers, some growth sets, boost modules, and skill manual boxes, which is always cool. And that's pretty damn insane, honestly, that we're getting so much more already on top of the already occurring freebies. So that's really cool. And make sure that you claim them from your mailbox right here. And just remember that also there's this cool Discord sign-in thing. So if you're not doing it, just do it. You just get a bunch of stickers, honestly. That's probably the biggest thing from him. But it's just a cool little thing. But what I did want to talk about for today is that since there's a lot of new people discovering the channel, discovering Nikke from the 2nd anniversary, I feel like the right thing to do right now is to do some guides or maybe pointers, just like today's video. And when it comes to this topic, there are a lot of banners in Nikke. Now, right now it's kind of like a special moment for it because there's a lot of banners because of the anniversary. But I kind of wanted to talk about which banners should you prioritize and break them down. Because there's a lot to do right now. Because on top of, the free once a day, we have Cinderella. In a couple days, we're going to be having Grave. And then right now, we also have the standard banner with the bonus recruitment. So every 100 pulls, you can choose a free character or a copy of Litter, Naga, or Alice. So that's pretty damn cool. And then we also have the social point recruit, the friendship pulls. Now, to break it down, we're going to just start with the standard for now. And the way that these standard banners work is that they take these blue tickets here on the top right where I'm clicking, and they are different than the tickets that you use for the special banners. The special banners use rainbow tickets, as you can see right here. So they are different. So when you're pulling, just as long as you don't feel like you're using gems, you don't have to worry about it, because I recommend saving your gems and all that for the rate up banners like this, especially because that's pretty much where it matters. And in terms of how it's different, the probability info for this is a 4%, and it's just going to be any other character. However, there is a huge caveat, and that's the wish list. The wish list, when you unlock it from playing from a certain point, once you unlock it, you have to choose 5 Nikkes from each manufacturer except Pilgrim. And from there, you're able to pull, and you're only going to find those Nikkes that you see right there. Now, that being said, when it comes to the Pilgrims, they are going to be here, but at a very, very low percentage. So maybe you'll get spooked by seeing a Pilgrim, who knows? But those are the rates for that. Now, what's the difference between this and the rate up banners? Well, a rate up banner like this is different because this is a Pilgrim banner. So a normal rate up banner is going to be a 4%, 2%, meaning that it's a 50-50. However, as you can see on screen, Cinderella is a 1%, meaning it's a 25% chance from the other odds. So it's a 0.25%. And that can make a lot of a difference. So even though it's a 4%, which is still really damn good for a rate up, it's not guaranteed to be the Pilgrim Cinderella. It could honestly even be any of these other Pilgrims. So maybe you'll end up with like an Isabel or a Noah. Who knows, right? But do I recommend pulling on this banner regardless? Yes. And the reason for that is because it still maintains the 4%. If it was just a 1% across the board, I would not recommend it. But because it's a 4%, even if you're new, getting so many different copies of other Nikkes is really huge. Now, it's up to you if you want to wait for Grave or not, because when it comes to Grave, she is going to be an amazing support, especially for Pierce units like Red Hood, Alice. So we'll have to see how that goes. And in terms of pulling for Cinderella right now, it's kind of a mixed bag because right now there's a lot of bugs with her. We don't know what's going on. Waiting for ShiftUp to see if they're going to change anything. update the kit info to include the feature. Who knows what's going to happen, but just wanted to lay that info for you. And when it comes to the standard banner, there is also mileage that you can pick up right here. And you can choose from a certain amount of Nikkes that you can get copies for. It is not updated for some reason, and I find it frustrating. But every 200 pulls for the standard banner or the rate up banner, you get either golden or silver mileage. Golden mileage can only be used on the rate up characters like this, and then the standard just for these. Now, I'll probably I'll make another video covering Kitty, but I just wanted to just mention that real quick for you guys. Now, when it comes to the friendship banners, how do the friendship banners work? Well, they are just pretty much a straight up 2%. It's half of the rate, but they are free pulls. And they use these little friendship social points right here. And the way that you get them is that, for instance, for me, if I go back to the lobby and I go to my friends section, I hit the send and receive button. So you can search for friends here, see who's online, and just start adding, just like spam adding. Or even go on the Discord and see who's like wanting friends and stuff, and then just go from there. And then you can see who's active and who's not. Make sure that you look at the, the last time someone was active, so you can pay attention to that, so they're not taking up a spot. But then once you do that, honestly, the way I use friendship pulls is that I use them as weekly fodder, because for your weeklies, one of them is to use 2 multis pretty much. So I just end up using the friendship pulls like this because it's a new week. So what I would end up doing is just kind of spamming it, getting SRs. That's fine, but I don't care because I'm just getting my weeklies done. And then once you do that, you're pretty much good. And then I got an SSR, so alright, well, that's cool, I guess. Hey, the 2% kind of worked out this time. So let's see what I got, just as like a thing. I didn't even expect this, so this is not scripted, please. I have horrible luck usually. We got Tetra. Who knows who it could be? Tetra is full to the brim. And we got a Blanc copy. We got a Lucky Bunny, so that's pretty damn cool. That's awesome. Perfect timing. So, pretty cool. So, that's free pulls right there. This does not add up to your pity, by the way, so just keep that in mind. Now, one thing I do want to say, though, is that there is a slight schedule that we kind of know about. But after this, we're going into a standard banner that we already know about, and it's in the Whispers in the Air. After that, we might have maybe 1 or 2 more, but then we're going to have the winter event. The winter event's usually broken down with 2 limiteds, and then the reruns. We don't know how the reruns are going to work this time, especially because this is going to be our pretty much 3rd event. So kind of crazy, but I'm excited. We don't know how the reruns are going to work, if they're going to be added in a pool, if they're going to be added in their own rate up, because that means there's going to be a lot of rate ups. So we're going to find out how that works. But just keep that in mind. We do have winter to look forward to. And not only that, but at New Year's, we also get a New Year Pilgrim. And if it's going to be like last year, we're going to get a New Year rate up Pilgrim. And then we're going to be getting a rerun. Now, last year was for Modernia. I don't think we're getting Modernia again. I have a feeling it might just be Scarlet Black Shadow if they choose to rerun. Other than that, I think that's pretty much a good breakdown of the banners, the schedule, prioritizing what you should. At the end of the day, my opinion is nothing. Have fun with the game. I always say waifu over meta. I think that's the most important part that a lot of people forget about. Just have fun with the game. We're all gacha addicts, so we're not better than anybody else. That being said, though, that is going to be it for me. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. You guys are truly the best. Take care.